just one principal reason. The judgment that was delivered yesterday is just the first in the sequence of 2 judgments that we are expecting. You all recall that on the 4th day of November, the appeal which we filed at the Supreme Court, pursuant to the leave granted us by the Court of Appeal, was heard by the Supreme Court, and then thereafter they reserved judgment. So that judgment is expected any moment from now. And we are very, very optimistic and confident that truth will again prevail, just like yesterday. So I welcome each and every one of you to the National Secretariat Complex of APGA. We are not those who are soldiers without any barracks. We are soldiers and we are in our barracks. So this is the National Secretariat Complex of APGA. And like you all know, APGA is the only political party in Nigeria, or the first political party in the present dispensation that has a fully owned National Secretariat, courtesy of the members of the party. And I think that's quite a great achievement. So thank you very much and welcome to this press conference. Not just the members of the party who incidentally has been misled by the what I may call the unlawful recognition that has persisted for the past 3 months or thereabout. And my position is very simple. APGA is one big united family. And we operate on the principle of being your brothers and sisters keeper. We are one. Yesterday, I extended my hand of fellowship to Chief Njoku, inasmuch as I've consistently maintained that all the while from the records of our party, that there is no evidence that such a name is presently a member of the party. And so my position is simple. I don't know whether I'll be wrong to say passion, whether it is a convoluted passion or a real passion. And I believe that he may have a role to play, one way or the other, in ensuring that APGA achieves its core mantra and ideology within our political system. And if he feels so compelled about APGA and leadership, or probably assuming one leadership position in the party tomorrow, he is at liberty to join and register as a member of the party. And the point of registration is at the ward level. And if he is registered as a member of the party, and then tomorrow, if any issue comes up, and then it requires someone of his experience, if I may use that word, to play that role, we will not hesitate to call on him. Or if there is any congress or convention tomorrow and he feels compelled to vie for any office within the party, he is at liberty, provided he does the proper thing, which is to register as a member of the party, and then he has the opportunity to rise through the ranks. And of course, that fellowship equally extends to members of the party who have been misled and who unfortunately have found themselves. Like I said, we are one. Provided you're a member, incidentally, if you recall, I think it was on the 1st day of June, our party became the first political party within the present dispensation to launch an online registration process. So they can take advantage of that process that is still ongoing to go and register as members of the party, and will have their details in their respective wards. Other than that, if they choose to continue to prevaricate or to pursue a fruitless venture, then they are welcome. That's all I'm going to say for that. And I believe my brother have answered your question in that regard. Then with regards to the timeline for implementation by INEC, incidentally, I can tell you, presently, we are yet to receive a certified true copy of the judgment of the court. And I know INEC as an institution, they have a legal department. And not just that they have a legal department, they have senior advocates in that legal department. And I believe firmly that being true ministers in the temple of justice, the judgment of the court is unequivocal. It is clear. It's not one that is open to any form of speculation or unnecessary adulation when it comes to interpretation. So Honorable Justice Omotosho was very firm and clear yesterday, because if you recall, we had consistently maintained that there was no valid judgment of any court of law anywhere that compelled INEC to recognize Njoku as the national chairman. And that our position has now been further validated by the judgment that was delivered yesterday. So it's not a question of whether you are saying, oh, you are relying on the Supreme Court judgment or the Court of Appeal judgment or the SCT High Court judgment. The court has stated clearly that there was no judgment anywhere. And that is the judgment of the court. And as such, the judgment of the court we know is binding until it is set aside on appeal or by the court that delivered it. So until then, we have applied to be given the certified true copy of both the judgment of the court and the enrolled order of court. And we'll serve the commission. And we'll have no doubt whatsoever that the commission will do the needful. So once we serve them the judgment, we are going to communicate to you. Of course, you are willing partners in democracy. Any decision taken by INEC, you are always privy to it, members of the fourth estate of the realm. So I don't think I want to speculate about that. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. But we are going to serve them. Incidentally, INEC is even a party. Yes, they were represented by one of the officers in their legal department. So I don't have any doubt whatsoever that they are going to do the needful.